Welbeck, he should be in the World Cup, shouldn't he?
Well, that's what we
Danny?
spoke about. Yeah, we
So-
spoke about it
last week.
Last week.
Yeah, okay. So I think about what you said about Scott McTominay, and then that's the same with Danny Welbeck. Like back in the day.
No, I was adamant about Welbeck should never have been sold.
Oh, he should never
That was.
have
I
been
mean, I
sold,
played with him. That was at the time. I said this is an absolute.
What a kid.
Oh, right.
No, do you know, the only thing I
Yeah, I
said there when
do.
we chat
I
about
do.
ex-players,
Yeah.
I do as well.
you can't keep all these players.
No,
you
right,
can't.
right,
No,
right.
but he was
right.
good, wasn't he? Well, look
I
what
like
he's doing
Danny,
now.
but was he not always injured?
He was, yeah.
He had
He's had
problems.
hamstrings.
I
He
remember
did have his history of injury.
Yeah, and he's scoring goals out for Brighton. Brighton lose a lot of football
No, right.
matches.
Right.
I like Danny. I wouldn't be surprised if he got an England
Right, his
squad.
record for England, I think, something like he scored 20 goals in 45 games or 18 goals in 45 games.
I like Danny Nev. I know, but we can't sit there and every player that leaves Man United go.
No, no.
I
No, you
think
can't keep all
some
of
felt
them.
right, though. Some felt wrong.
75.
I felt Danny felt wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely wrong, that one.
Not
I mean, I was
like being
adamant
sold.
on
Was there
that.
a contract situation? Home again? I go back.
Yeah, no.
How much
I don't think it was.
know.
at the time.
Yeah,
what's
we
going
don't
on.
know.
I don't think Van Gaal
Van
fancied
Gaal
him.
didn't fancy
Right,
him.
I
okay,
don't think he
simple as
fancied
that.
him technically. I don't think he thought he was good enough in terms of how he wanted to play. Ollie.
Yeah.
We'll get back to Ollie in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if there's something on your mind, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please express it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments, and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Anyway, in this clip, well, it's a little bit of a mishmash of clips, to be perfectly honest. Some really interesting tidbits from Ollie's interview on the overlap that happened yesterday. He talks about Danny Welbeck should be going to the World Cup. He talks about who he thinks is the best striker in the world right now and why. And he also talks about his style of management. Does he prefer to work with smaller clubs like a Cardiff, or does he prefer to work with bigger clubs with better talent like at Manchester United? It's a really fun clip. Roy Keane is funny, and also there's a good little bit of banter. Anyway, stick around for after the clip because the Big D is going to be giving his thoughts on this little tidbit. Here he is.
What was tougher, Army camp or Man United camp?
You know, I'm quite adaptable. It doesn't matter for me. I just
Go in.
go with the flow and enjoy
How
it.
weird was it when Ollie first came to United?
Oh,
remember?
Yeah.
We used to look and go, who's the kid there's like, is he honestly
Did,
thought he'd come
yeah.
in to meet the players? You go, who's this lad? Oh, he's joining us. Oh my God.
What, you thought he was a fan?
No, we just thought he was a kid, like, come over to watch the team training. I was so young.
Yeah, I was
look-
22, but I was
gonna say
23.
12.
23.
He looked about 13.
I was
boy, yeah.
23.
He
he
looked
looked
like a child.
14,
It was
yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah.
You look young now, though.
Jim Ryan brought you in, didn't he? Was you with Ronnie at the same time?
Yeah. Look young, yeah.
He does look good.
Have
Yeah.
What
After
did
let it grow, yeah.
That's
your
where it
hair
came
is
from,
great.
wasn't it? The babyface assassin. That's where it came from.
Which Manchester United player scored the most goals during your reign as manager?
Have you got names? No, but just...
I've got
Probably
the name.
Marcus
It
Rashford.
has to be Rashford, yeah.
Rashford.
54.
Yeah. And then Martial was ish.
Over how many seasons?
Marcus Rashford.
I was only 2.5 years were you there, Ollie?
Martial was just
He
behind him.
scored
Yeah,
Six.
almost 3
2.5
years.
years.
Almost 3 years, yeah. Almost.
What did you think of Martial, Ollie?
So talented. So talented. On his day, he was unplayable.
Where is he now?
He is, isn't he Mexico?
Somewhere.
He's a postman.
That's the thing, Roy. Your thing when you say on his day, you don't like when people say on his day.
Postman in Mexico.
On his day.
You're not a fan, Roy, of Martial, no?
On his day.
The only time he delivered.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. When Ollie just said, on his day, that means you don't get many of them.
Not too many days.
Well, he had a good season. They played well together, him and Marcus, that year when we got second in that
On that day.
COVID.
Do you remember the...
Everyone wanted an inside left position, though. Him, Marcus.
It's just
Paul
opinions,
Pogba,
Ollie, no problem.
All them in there.
Ollie's so nice, isn't he? Can you come on here instead of Roy?
That's what I'm saying.
No problem.
It's
No problem.
He's
I'll
so
go now, no
lovely.
problem.
It's like good cop, bad cop, isn't it? You
Okay,
Yes, guys.
let's go.
Come back, Ryan.
Can you name the top 5 Premier League goal scorers during Sir Alex Ferguson's reign as Manchester United manager?
Tough questions for him. You're being too nice to him.
Who are the top 5 scorers under Sir Alex at United?
Ollie, come on, don't
I don't
pretend
think you'll
it's
get.
hard.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
I don't think you'll get these.
Ruud van Nistelrooy, Wayne Rooney, Andy Cole.
No.
What?
Holy no.
Under Sir Alex?
Yeah, no. That's what I don't think you'll get. Well,
Mark Hughes?
they're big names, but I don't think you'll get them all.
I know he was there, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry.
When Ollie was there.
Ronaldo.
So
Well, they
no,
played
just during Sir Alex Ferguson's reign.
Oh, right.
Is Ollie in it?
You've got Rude, you've got Wazza, and you've got Rude.
Yeah.
Might be.
Ronaldo, did you say?
Ronaldo.
No.
Can we help him here? No.
Yorkie?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he can.
Yorkie, no?
Yorkie.
No.
No chance.
Incredible, eh?
No.
So
Sammy McIlroy.
Sammy McIlroy.
Is it forward?
Eric.
Wow.
Eric.
No.
Oh, Ollie's out of the quiz
I'm
team.
struggling.
Where's our friend Lewis? Where's get him back?
If you think about
Is
it,
Lewis, the kid.
Yeah.
who came after?
That's the question again.
Right, the question is, who in Sir Alex Ferguson's reign at United were the top 5 goal scorers in the Premier League?
How many did you get?
Scores, he gigs.
Premier League goals?
Yeah.
100 and something.
Yeah, so
Scalzi?
Scholesy in there.
Scholesy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
Scholesy and
never been a
Giggsy.
striker.
Scholesy and Giggsy. And then you're missing one.
Don't embarrass me, Ollie.
Definitely not
If he'd let you score that chance, maybe.
Premier League.
Who can that be?
That's a
Don't
good
tell
one,
us,
I'll
guys.
take it.
Brian Robson.
Brian McClear.
David Beckham?
No.
Relax, lads. Don't be just shouting names out. That's not a quiz.
Mighty.
Pass.
No, not pass yet. Wait a second.
Come on.
Striker.
Just had something.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't saying
Did he
that.
say himself?
Eh?
Has he got himself?
Not Berbatov.
No, I'm not in.
You are?
Oh, I see.
Ollie!
I see.
See, Ollie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have guessed that.
Even a chance.
Wazza,
I got 2 out of
Giggsy,
5.
Scholesy, Rude, Ollie.
Well done, though, from
I'm
midfield.
surprised
Wow.
there's only
Yeah, I was surprised at them. I didn't think you'd get them. It was a bit around the house.
12 elbow out.
Which striker do you think is the best in the world? I think we know the answer
Yeah.
to it, but I'm going to give you
Yeah.
Kane, Haaland, and Mbappe.
Oh, Holland, I'd pick him. If it was my team, I'd pick him.
Kane can't be far off, though, can he, seriously?
I'd pick Erling Haaland to suit my style of football. I'd like him in my team. And then, but the 2 others, unbelievable players. But I'd say Haaland, Kane, Mbappe.
Do you think Kane's really close to Haaland?
Yeah.
You look at his goal scoring.
Isn't Mbappe more of a left inside forward?
He's your inside left one, isn't
He can drive you
Kane
mad when
and-
you're watching him.
When you watch
Yeah.
Kane, when you
Kane
watch
and
Kane as
Haaland
well, yeah.
are more
And when you watch
nice.
Kane now, with him dropping off even more,
I
he's,
was watching Haaland.
he's
Bayern
passing.
Munich against PSG.
They were amazing,
unbelievable.
weren't they?
And
They were
then
great.
sometimes he dropped into the 6th
Unbelievable.
position and
Yeah.
pinged passes, and
Yeah.
He's
they
honestly.
were brilliant. They pressed PSG. They just killed them.
You know, with that, you say that like Haaland, and with his numbers, you'd have to pick him. But if you had to say for me the best, I'd go with Kane.
And then we
What was
come back-
all round?
Yeah.
And then we
probably
come back
would.
to the team's attributes.
Style of
What
play.
kind of
Yeah.
team do you have?
And Haaland, yeah.
What's about opinions? Who would you want in your
absolutely,
team?
yeah.
You think get us out of jail today? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you
both of them would.
I think if you played at United in the day that we played, you'd pick Haaland in terms
yeah.
of the style. I think
Yeah.
you'd just pick Haaland, wouldn't you? Because you just
Over
want that
Kane, you
explosion.
think?
I mean, I love Harry
Could
Kane.
have both of them together, wouldn't you?
You could have both of them together, actually. That'd be
Could have been
some
the
forward
English centre forward pairing.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's born in Leeds, isn't he, Erling? So
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But do you have a thing? And I know do you think you're a better manager working with real quality? Or are you still okay? Like, obviously, it must have been great at United, whatever the challenge is there. But at least you're going out every day on the training pitch going, well, there is quality here. I've just got to get it right and get people on side. But then when you do drop down, whether it be a lesser team, and that quality drops, then that's where...
yeah, I think I think it'd be interesting to work with, call it a different kind of quality, but then you can.
No, with all your experience and know, Ollie,
you-
would you prefer to go into work with top quality players where there's bigger demands, or would you still be happy to go in lower down when we're on about the championship and go, yeah, I'll work some magic with that group, or you think, no, my personality's better with working with...
that, if you look at players nowadays from mid or championship and Premier League, there's good players everywhere. Everyone's a good player.
Right.
You don't get signed there. So I think it's about getting them to believe, getting the best out of them, and the group together. Because unbelievable what you can do with a team that is together.
Yeah.
That was one of the challenges in Turkey. It was hard to get the team together into one.
With the different nationalities, Ollie.
Yeah, there was loads, and then there was a strange atmosphere and feeling when I came in, because the hierarchy, and then, you know, the older Turks were there, and the other foreigners were there, and gradually in the seating, they just ended up like younger Turks, like younger, and the youngest, and then suddenly foreigners over there. I tried to But Istanbul, unbelievable city, so you couldn't have all these team buildings and all that.
I've got paintballing with them, no? Paintballing, Chinese, a bit of go-karting, that usually brings people, you know, when you...
Yeah, but no, we did. We did.
But you done something, of course, you
yeah, we
tried
did.
stuff,
Of course,
obviously.
we did. We had a great Italian day, Olympics, and all this, but you couldn't get enough time to bring him anywhere because 2 hours to drive 2 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traffic,
Oh,
yeah.
gosh, the traffic.
And
Remember, we were there, remember, they done it.
So we'll see you back in football soon.
third time? No, I don't know. To be honest.
Would you want to go back before Christmas, or you think
Yeah,
I want
I'm
Christmas
open.
off
Yeah, I'm
anytime,
open. You can't wait. You just suddenly you get the
Yeah.
the interview and something clicks. Yeah, I like this, of course, and then.
If I was a team looking for a manager, I'd come and find you.
Me too.
I think you're
Thank you.
great.
Well done, Jill. Well done.
It's really nice to see Danny Welbeck get a little bit of recognition. I've said this time and time again. Danny Welbeck had all the tools to be a world-class striker, but he just couldn't quite sort of find that magic formula. And he's doing really well at Brighton, and I hope that ends in him getting a World Cup call-up next year. And hey, you know, like, you can't just rely on Harry Kane all the time. Sometimes he needs help. Or even Roy Keane needed help. When Roy Keane got suspended, Nicky Butt used to slot in very nicely. So if Harry Kane got an injury, or you know, if he needed a little bit of a rest, he needs someone to come in and take that goal-scoring burden off him. And I think Danny Welbeck, if he keeps up this form, he would be an ideal candidate for a backup to Harry Kane. Why not? Why not indeed? Yeah, and going back to, I mean, that was a nice little fun thing there when they talked about when Ole first came to Manchester United, and it's like, who's this kid? Who's this 12-year-old? What, he's joining us? Oh, what's going on here? I remember that debut season. I think he scored about 18 goals or something like that. He was our top scorer that year. So that was for the 96-97 season. And we signed Ole instead of Alan Shearer because we pursued Alan Shearer for so long, and he ended up going to Newcastle. Well done, Alan. And yeah, but we got Ole instead. I mean, we saved ourselves about 10 million by getting Ole instead of Alan Shearer. And if there's one good thing about sort of the Alex Ferguson era, was although they did buy big players for big money at times, like Roy Keane, who was a British record fee at the time, like Gary Pallister, who was also a British record fee. Wayne Rooney was a world record for a teenager. Jaap Stam was a world record for a defender. So was Rio Ferdinand. Every now and then, they'd find like a little gem from somewhere and we'd get them on the cheap. Like Ole. Do you know what? I can't even remember how much we paid for Ole, but it was a pittance. It was a pittance. I think it was about 2.5 million. And it's good that Ineos seem to be good at that. I mean, look at Senny Lamens, who's just transformed this United team. We got him for less than 20 million. Do you know what I mean? So imagine if United were going to sell Senny Lamens now. We'd probably get about treble that. But anyway, I digress. But the point is, back in the Fergie days, we were really, really, really good at getting a bargain. And Ole was certainly that. He got the winning goal in the Champions League final that sealed the treble. Not to mention all the goals that he chipped in with throughout that season, like winners against Liverpool, 4 goals against Nottingham Forest as well. So I mean, that was fun. That really was fun. Best striker in the world. I mean, you can't really argue with Erling Haaland. I'd say Erling Haaland's better than Kylian Mbappe at this point, definitely, because the thing is with Kylian Mbappe, he's not really a number 9. He's more of a winger, whereas Erling Haaland was born and bred to be a number 9. He's massive, he can score right foot, left foot with his head. He's just born to put the ball in the back of the net. That's it. That is literally it. Whereas Kylian Mbappe wants to be Ronaldo, he wants to do all the jink and runs and all of this, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I personally think Kylian Mbappe is he's disrupted that Real Madrid team. Because you've now got... It's a similar problem with what he discussed on this whole interview with when Ole was the manager of Man United. They had 3 players wanting to play inside left. You had Jadon Sancho, you had Marcus Rashford, you had Anthony Martial. No one wanting to be a number 9. And it's similar at Real Madrid now. They've got Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe and Rodrigo, who all play best on the inside left, So they're trying to fit them all in, and it's just causing chaos. Anyway, Kylian Mbappe, as world-class as he is, Erling Haaland is better than Kylian Mbappe. And the only other players that you can realistically say are up there are Harry Kane or Robert Lewandowski, perhaps, as well. But because Erling Haaland is he's quicker than both of those players now, you've got to give the edge to Erling Haaland, in my humble big day opinion. Moving on to what he talked about with regards to, Roy asked a very interesting question there. And this touches upon some of the things that I've been thinking about as well when it comes to this. He asked him, what kind of manager do you feel as though you are best suited to being? Do you prefer to work with, the smaller club with, lesser talent necessarily? Or do you prefer to work with the bigger club with, the more exciting talent? And it was a very diplomatic answer from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there, in that, everyone's good from the Championship upwards, and that may be true to a degree. However, I think it is a thing that there are some managers out there who are very good at getting a tune out of crap teams, like David Moyes, Sam Allardyce, Sean Dyche, Alan Pardew. They all seem to be very good at just making sure a team is very difficult to beat, they grind out results and they avoid relegation. But you stick them in a big club with talented players who want to express that talent, then they just kind of fold. I mean, look at David Moyes when he had his chance at Man United. He took the Premier League champions to 7th place. Now, I find it very difficult to believe that Pep Guardiola could take over at Port Vale and coach those players into playing his tiki-taka system. He's one of those guys that he's a gourmet chef. He needs the finest ingredients to create his gourmet meal, and if he's allowed to do that, then he's going to win Champions Leagues, which he has done. What's he won now? 3 Champions Leagues, is that it? 1 with City and 2 with Barcelona. 09 and 11, yeah, that sounds about right. Zinedine Zidane's another. I think Zinedine Zidane. See, I think Ole is one of those managers that suits managing a bigger club, but I think there's an added dimension to this with Ole. Now, take Zinedine Zidane, right? And I use him as an example as well. I think Ole and Zinedine Zidane are only good managers if they are emotionally involved in that particular team. Ole was amazing at United because he had an emotional engagement with Manchester United because it changed his life. He loved the club. He's an absolute legend there. So he already had status there as a great player for United, and he was adored by the fans. He was respected, and he just understood the club. So he was able to communicate that to the players. I think the same can be applied to Zinedine Zidane as well. I don't think Zinedine Zidane would do as well as he's done at Real Madrid with, say, Chelsea, or a Man United, or a Man City, because I think he's emotionally invested in Real Madrid, and their philosophy, their culture suits Zinedine Zidane to the ground. I think Zinedine Zidane would do well with the French national team for the same reasons, because he's emotionally invested. He's a legend for both France and Real Madrid. So, also he was an absolute world-class player as well. But the point is, I think there's managers who are good at managing crap teams. There's managers who are brilliant at managing top teams and nothing else. But there are managers who need to be emotionally invested in the team themselves for them to thrive. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think Ole would do well at another top team, or do you think he was just lucky at Manchester United? Thoughts in the comments? Big deal. See you in the next one. Ciao.